It's that time of year where we start talking about unattached NCAA players. So those are guys who aren't drafted that could be picked up or signed by an NHL team. And there's one guy that I want to focus on. There's a bunch of interesting players, but there's one guy that I want to focus on, and that's Jake Livingstone. The name Jake Livingstone might be new to you, and that's completely fair if it is, right? Not a lot of people, or not everyone I should say, follows the NCAA, and not everyone follows players who aren't drafted by an NHL team. So you might not be aware of who Jake Livingstone is. So let me describe what he is just real quick, and then we'll go into a little bit more detail here. Jake Livingstone is a right-shot defenseman. He's 6'3", 205 pounds, 22 years of age, and plays for Minnesota State University. That's the basics, right? That's what he is in terms of just the basics. He's a good skating, puck-moving, offense-first defenseman. And you can tell that just by his stats, right? In his first year, his freshman season, he plays 28 games, puts up 14 points, 4 goals, 10 assists. Excellent. The next year, his sophomore season, which is this year, takes a step up. In 36 games, he has 28 points with 9 goals, 17 helpers. Yippalai. That's why he's drawing attention from NHL teams. And just from a few quick highlights, you can see the type of game he plays. He's not afraid to shoot the puck, as you can see here, and he's not afraid to get in on a play, specifically down low, to create a scoring or get a scoring opportunity. Now, why am I focused on just Jake Livingstone? Of all the players at the NCAA level that could be signed or are ready to be signed by NHL teams, and still the jury is still out on whether Jake Livingstone is ready to be signed by an NHL team, but either way, why am I focused on just this one guy? Well, it's because I really don't like the Islanders' right-handed defensive depth chart at all. It's 3 guys: Grant Hutton, Bodie Wild, and Thomas Mahu. That's the list. That's it. Grant Hutton is ready for the NHL. We saw him play at the NHL level. We're all ready for him to make that step up. Now, whether that's a 6th or 7th defenseman can be debated, but it's clear that that's where he's at in terms of his career. Then you have Bodie Wild, who I don't know what the hell's going to happen there. I really have no idea. Now, that doesn't mean I think they're going to get rid of him. He still has another year left on his contract, and then he's going to become an RFA after that. And if we know anything about Lou Lamoriello, he likes to keep his RFAs or his prospects. Case in point, Josh Ho-Sang. He's not just going to get rid of them tomorrow for no reason whatsoever. So what's going to happen with Bodie Wild? I don't know, but I don't like where things are going right now. He's not really taking that next step in his career, even when he's in Sweden. So things to be desired there. And then pulling up the rear on the right-handed defensive depth chart is Thomas Mahu, who is a 7th round pick in 2021. He's just going to take his first steps at the college level next year for Colorado College. And when you look at the NHLE for all 3 guys, compared to Jake Livingstone, you'll see why I want him to pull up this right-handed defensive depth chart. So look at the graph here. You see guys, the blue is Grant Hutton, the yellow is Bodie Wild, and the red is Thomas Mahu. They're all at around 12, 13 NHLE. Jake Livingstone this year is at 18.8. He's well above all of these guys and is trending up over his career, where some of these guys aren't necessarily. You could be bringing in a player who's trending in the right direction that doesn't fill a need necessarily today, but it fills a gap in the prospect pool that the Islanders have. That's why I want Jake Livingstone, to fill in this right-handed defensive depth chart that is just barren. There's just not a whole lot there. You can say what you will about the potential for Bodie Wild, but he's not showing that potential right now, and that's giving the Islanders a significant gap on the right side of the defensive prospect pool. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not interested in any other NCAA prospect. It's just this is the guy that I'm going, I would really like him. If there's anyone else you want, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the button. If you have, thank you, thank you, thank you.